All right, mic check. It looks like we're live, people. let's uh let's jump into it, shall we? All right, people. We're gonna do a quick stream. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. I thought, with just the amount of games and the slate of games that we have here, let me refresh because some of these games are over. Um, like I did see that Michigan, yeah, it says there's a minute 14 left. Michigan ended up winning this one, 23-22. Um, but because, um, yeah, Notre Dame ended up winning this one. So, here, let me go to the game cast here. Yeah, 37-15. Um, there to end it. How many touchdowns? Okay, Love had one touchdown. Carr had two through the air, two interceptions. Turnovers were kind of a thing and kind of a story here in some of these early first slate of games. But I thank you guys for being here. So let's start and let's talk about some of the games that we can cover. Because right now, don't want to miss any of the Oklahoma versus Alabama game. Let's first start with um, what games have already happened today. Okay, let's start with there. With the Indiana Wisconsin game, I'm gonna have to make another video when it comes to talking about Fernando Mendoza and his chances for winning the Heisman potentially, because right now this dude's winning the Heisman unless you know Julian Sayin outplays him in the Big Ten championship game, because he had another one of those games where you can just throw out video game stats, and he did just that. I mean, look at it. 4 touchdowns, 299 yards through the air. Um, Now, what I will say is the second half, Wisconsin was shut out, 0 points. At halftime, obviously there was probably a motivational speech said at halftime, and there was probably a lot of colorful language from the coaching staff of, hey, let's pull our heads out of our asses, guys, because look at who we're playing. We are playing Wisconsin. Wisconsin gave a fight there in the first half, and I will give Wisconsin props to that, and applaud them for fighting, because when you look at it, Wisconsin gave a better fight than Maryland, than UCLA, than Illinois, than a handful of games that Indiana has already ran through this season. And with it only being 10-7 at halftime, very impressive. But we saw what the second half was like. Indiana's defense was shut down. Indiana's defense only allowed 7 points in this game, and I'm going to have to fact check myself and double check. I'll do it. I'll do it after the stream because we got to keep things kind of rolling, and I, don't want to take away from the Bama Oklahoma game. But I'm curious to see points when you compare. Whose defense am I thinking of? Like when you compare Texas's defense against Ohio State's defense against these guys, I'm curious to see who the number one defense in the country is when it comes to giving up touchdowns, and who stands on top and who's the best. All right. Okay. What are some other things that happened today? Let's go to. What are some other things? Okay, Arizona beat Cincinnati again. I mean, I kind of had a little bit. I wasn't too sold on it. The one that I was sold on was this Utah Baylor one. I picked Baylor for an upset, kind of like a soft upset, but something that I wasn't too confident in is Arizona's 6-3 record looked very dangerous against Cincinnati's 7-2 record. It really did. And Fafita statistically, because it does the comparisons of quarterbacks, Fafita had a better season, and it's like, well, look at what just happened. Arizona threw a little monkey wrench into the Big 12's plans, because now it seems all but certain that after Cincinnati lost this game, because this was Cincinnati's chance to get to the Big 12 championship, because look, now with this conference loss, as you guys can see, Cincinnati drops a little bit. Now Houston's over them. Houston has a better record overall, and now it's BYU, Texas Tech, potentially for the Big 12 championship. And what hurts and stings too is when you have all these wins in a row, and they're looking at they might have 3 straight losses. A loss against Utah, Arizona, and then BYU. So we'll just see how that goes. But Cincinnati had everything in front of them. They were not able to get the job done, and now they sit where they are. South Carolina versus Texas A&M. This game is over, and I thought it was pretty funny. Well, let's double check. Okay, yeah, we talked about everything we can down there. Let me take a swig. It's like Circle K is a proud sponsor. No. Here we go. Okay, this Navy versus South Florida game. Let's talk about this one a little bit. I'm actually really stoked for the midshipmen, and I've been calling for this. You know, you can go back a couple streams. I've been banging this drum for Navy to get to the American Championship game, and I even talked about it yesterday in the stream where it's like there could be a sneaky game here because we go from the 27th of November to December 13th, because usually, you know, when Navy and Army get together, it's after the conference weekends. It's like there could be a secret game in here. And now, considering how Navy is 2 games up on everybody in the conference, they have the second best record, because the best record would go to North Texas, because North Texas is 8-1. But North Texas does have the head-to-head, but North Texas didn't play anybody like how Notre Dame played. Because, yeah, Notre Dame, South Florida. How many ranked teams did North Texas play this season? Oh, let me go check. 1. And they lost. Meanwhile, when you go over here for Navy, they've played 2, and they split it 1-1. And this Memphis game could potentially be a ranked matchup. Sorry. Hairs in my face. Sorry. Ugh. Little flyaways. It's all messing with my face and my nose is itchy. Okay. Sorry about that. Here we go. Let's keep it rolling here. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see that Navy, kind of like last year where Army was atop of the American. So you got Navy winning it in regulation, 41-38. And I think at one point too, because I was flipping between, I missed. They were down at some point, were they not? Oh no, they were up the whole time, and UCF came storming back. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay, so they did have it pretty much in control. It's when it's in this third quarter. Yes. Okay. It's in the third quarter where it's like, okay, very quiet third quarter, only 1 touchdown, and then look at the explosion of points here. 22-17. I mean, look how many touchdowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns alone in the fourth quarter. Awesome game. Awesome game. But I'm seeing if anybody had a standout performance. I know the running back. There's a deep seam pass that was caught for, yeah, dude, he had a freaking big game too. All right, here we go. But pretty happy that Navy won this game, and now they have a chance to go play Tulane or play South Florida again in the American Conference in a couple weeks. All right, let's move ahead now. So Michigan and Northwestern. This game, I think Northwestern, if I'm going to be 100% transparent, Northwestern lost this game. And, like, obviously, yeah, because the final score indicated that. But I think some of the biggest crucial, the third quarter with a 14-point swing for the Wolverines. And that, but also how many times in the first half did Northwestern, like, I mean, you look at Bryce Underwood's stats here. 2 interceptions. Okay? Not a good game by him. This game was more determined from the run game because Michigan's run game will always be good. Um, but yeah, look at that huge stat. Five stinking turnovers, and Northwestern couldn't get the job done. But the other thing is, in some of these field goals here, field goal, they stalled in the red zone. And so, field goal. How many touchdowns did they leave on the board that could have been in their favor? Because it took the last drive and a game-winning field goal for them to win it, which I will also give props to with Michigan trying that 60-yarder because they only missed it by that much too. He had the leg for it. But Michigan improves their record. They continue to stay undefeated. So it looks like we're going to have a top 25 matchup because Michigan might move up to rank 15, just depending. Because I don't know. Let's go to the rankings here. I don't know of everybody that's ahead of them. Well, if Oklahoma loses to Bama, they'll jump above. Because if SC loses to Iowa tonight, they'll jump them. But I could see, Miami, if Miami loses to NC State, Oregon's going nowhere. Notre Dame's probably going to go nowhere. I'm trying to think, the teams that lost, they're already above, so it's like, yeah, we'll have a top 25 matchup when Ohio State and Michigan get together. Okay, who else? Covered that one. This one, unfortunately, there's not, like, when I say there's not much to say, like, Notre Dame had this one in the bag. And that's kind of what I mean by, okay, there wasn't too much to say, because, just look at it, man. Pitt's offense wasn't doing anything. Now, I will give Pitt credit. They did get a crucial goal line stop, and they stopped the Irish in the red zone. But they didn't turn around and put points on the board. And there was a moment there where, like, okay, Pitt can get this momentum swing here, and they can score a touchdown and get back in this game because Pitt did have the field goal at this point too, and I believe it was only 14-3. But then, it's 21-3 at halftime, and then Pitt's offense didn't do anything for the remainder of the game. They ended up with the 15 points, like as you can see, because it won't show here, but it will show here. I mean, just a tough day in the office for the Panthers, and I mean, when their touchdown comes in garbage time, when the score is already 39-3. Wait, what? Touchdown. Interesting. Wait, why did Pitt's score go up and then... Okay, whatever. Anyways, this game wasn't as close as people had hoped for. And it's unfortunate too because Notre Dame and a lot of people are not where is it? Oh my gosh, there it is. It's unfortunate too because a lot of people aren't going to give Notre Dame any credit until they get to the college playoff. It's like Notre Dame just made the 22 ranked team in the country, and Pitt had a shot too with everything in front of them to go to the ACC championship game. Pitt just made them look like a JUCO team, and they made Pittsburgh look like they shouldn't even be ranked. And then in turn, like, let's use this as a transition to talk about South Carolina and Texas A&M. South Carolina made Texas A&M for one half particularly look like a team that shouldn't be ranked in the top 25 at all. And I'm not one to jump on coach firings, and I'm not one to jump on that bandwagon of, get rid of a coach, fire them this, fire them that. But if Coach Beamer is going to get fired, it's going to be because of this game. And the reason why I say that, hold on, let me make sure let's go back there. Sorry, people. Pardon that little interruption. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream, though. Be sure to hit that like button so you guys know where to come back. I did promise that we'd have a short stream, so I should wrap it up. We've been going for about 17 minutes, and I've missed the whole first quarter almost of the Bama-Oklahoma game. If you're wondering how that's going, it's 3-0 right now. It looks like Oklahoma just called a timeout because Bama's got a big third down coming up. Oh no, they're going to go into review. So anyway, they're going to go back to commercial break. But like I was joking around and saying, oh, that's a textbook tackle. That is a textbook tackle. Great form, pop the ball loose. Yeah, that should be Oklahoma ball. If they get that. Okay, anyways, continuing. Sorry. Got a little bit distracted. But if there was to be a case for, okay, we need to fire a coach, this would be it. Unfortunately. And again, I'm not going to sit here and be like, okay, fire him. Fire him, get him. But, dude, they were up 30-3 at one point. And they had oh my gosh, 28 unanswered points, because I'm trying to do the math here. I'm like, 31 minus 3. That's my education for me. But yeah, 28 unanswered points. And if South Carolina could have kicked a field goal in the second half or gotten any points, whether it's a safety, pick six, touchdown in the red zone, 55-plus yard field goal, anything, they would have won this game, but they didn't. And I will admit, I didn't see the second half, so I didn't see how it had transpired. I know a lot of commenters, because when I tuned into the game, it was already 31-30. Lenore Sellers and the Gamecocks were marching down the field. They were talking about some punt play that they didn't go for it or something. But now it doesn't matter, because Texas A&M is sitting at 10-0 overall. And I think with this, what's going on, hello chat, with this victory, I think it secures Texas A&M a bid to the college, not the college football, well, yes, the college football playoff, because they're a 10-win team. Even if they lose 2 straight, don't go to the SEC championship, they're still going to get in. And even if they lose 2 straight, go to the SEC championship game and lose the SEC championship game, starting 10-0 and finishing 10-3, they're still going to get in. Let's not be crazy here. But 7-0 in conference play. I think they're sitting pretty. Explosive third quarter. Look at this. 3 touchdowns in the third quarter, and then the fourth one to put it. Yep. So, if Beamer were to get fired, this would be the game. And I'm not, because it sounds like a bad thing, but I mean, there was probably a lot of stuff, like as you guys can see, as we see this little box over here playing the Arkansas versus LSU game. There's probably a lot of stuff going on at LSU, which is why they fired Brian Kelly. But how many teams, I mean, we saw it with Penn State, we saw it with Virginia Tech, which, by the way, Franklin and Virginia Tech are apparently in deals and talks to have a deal. I'll probably make a video on that later once that's confirmed. But from teams that have blown leads and lost games like this, coaches have gotten fired, which is why I'm even throwing it out there, and I'm trying to get ahead of the curve if people talk about it, and if it becomes, because I think the biggest thing people are going to talk about now is they're going to talk about the remarkable comeback from Texas A&M. But if there are people who are looking at it from like the negative and going, oh, this is why you need to fire Coach Beamer ball doesn't work, yeah, this could be, you know, the straw that, hello, we got a pick 6 coming up here. Go. He's at the 40, the 50, the 40. He's got a little convoy. Oh, Simpson. Oh, go, baby. Touchdown, Sooners. Hello. 10-0. Look at the Sooners, baby. Hey, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to keep my mouth shut for the rest of this game, because I said it, and I don't even want to say it and jinx it, but if Oklahoma was going to get to the SEC championship game and make a case to get to the college football playoff, they needed to win this game. 2 weeks ago, after they were sitting after the Ole Miss loss, because at this point Missouri was ranked, and I think LSU was on their way out because they were ranked too. Oklahoma, of their remaining 6 games, or 5 games, 5 of them were ranked from 6 of them, or something like that. There was a stat. I had a stream about it, but to make the case on, hey, we deserve to go, we deserve to be one of those 12 teams at the end. It surely helps with being up top here at Bryant-Denny Stadium, 10-0 against Bama, because Bama, I think, wow, he didn't jump the route either. Simpson just overthrew him and then locked him down. There's a convoy. 4 could have came and cleaned up house. You see the big lineman chasing him all the way down to the pylon, but Bauer, pick 6 to the house. Sooners defense getting after it. I will give credit to the Sooners defense. The Sooners defense has been very good. If there was a little bit of transparency, I think a lot of defenses in college football, Oklahoma, Bama, not Texas A&M because they allowed 30 on them today, but Texas, Ohio State, Michigan, and Indiana. Like, throw away the records, throw away, oh, you're the 4th ranked team in the country, you have 3 losses, throw all those away. Like, those are like oh shit, the kicker just got taken out by his own dude. That was funny. But yeah, look at this. Go Sooners. But yeah, it had all the makings of, if the Sooners wanted to make a push for the SEC title game, they needed to win this game. And right now, they're up. But I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, because guess who else was up? South Carolina. Guess who might fire their coach today? South Carolina. So I will keep my mouth shut. But so Texas A&M wins 31-30, probable comeback. And I think the other thing too that you cannot ignore is the same thing that happened to Texas A&M was kind of the same thing that was happening to Northwestern in their game, respectfully, if you want to compare it like that, is red zone stalls. How many times did they stall in the red zone with a fumble or read through an interception into the back of the end zone? And then South Carolina as well, one of their touchdowns was a scoop and score. So it just was an ugly, awful first half. But now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because now they're 10-0. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here. And then we will call it a day. At least for this first slate of games. Yep, we covered all of them. Okay. But yeah, guys, that is it with regards to the first handful of games. I might do another stream as soon as we get done here with this Bama. Oh my gosh, are they going to call that a fumble? There's no way. He looked down. Barton looked down. Burton, number 5. I will give him credit on that. He looked like he was down. But we will call it there, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We're going to end it here. Bernard, yeah. 1-2, slipped. Yeah, he's down. He's down before the ball came loose. But hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button and sub. It goes a long way. Tune in a little bit later. We'll give our reaction. I could probably do a post-game reaction video too, also to the game. But I thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you in the next stream.